Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great week. Again, like I always start off, just want to make sure that you are doing well mentally, physically, and emotionally in this time right now with COVID-19, with everything going on. Just make sure that you're remembering what the Father has promised for you. Make sure that you're in the Word, diving into the Word each and every day. If you make a mistake, that's totally fine. Just find a way to recalibrate, re-enhance what you have in your life. By having some encouragement in some way, in some possible way. You know, sometimes it can be just with a friendly good morning to someone, or someone's just interested in you this day on how are you doing, and you just want to talk to them for an hour. You want to grab coffee with someone, and you just do it just for that encouragement that you need. But we're gonna go to the second half of Tamar being raped um, by by Amnon. Rehash about what happened last week. Pretty much, she got lied to. He was in the bed faking sick, and then he pretty much raped her. But now we're gonna go to that second part. So Absalom kills Amnon. 2 years later, when Absalom's sheep shepherds were at Baal Hazan near the border of Ephraim, he invited all the king's sons to come there. Absalom went to the king and said, "Your servant has had shears come. Will the king and his servants please join me?" "No, my son," the king replied. "All of us should not go. We would only be a burden to you." Although Absalom urged him, he still refused to go, but gave him his blessing. When Absalom said, "If not, please let my brother Amnon come with us," the king asked him, "Why should he go with you?" But Absalom urged him, so he sent with him Amnon and the rest of the king's son. So remember this: when Amnon had raped Tamar, Absalom did not speak anything about him, good or evil. That's 2 years. So now all of a sudden, 2 years, you want to talk to him when you guys can kind of talk, be kind of private. So this is just crazy. Um, so where we at? So um, so he sent him with Amnon and the rest of the king's sons. Absalom ordered his men, "Listen, when Amnon is in high spirits from drinking wine, and I say to you, strike Amnon down, then kill him, don't be afraid. Have not I given you this order? Be strong and brave." So Absalom men did to Amnon what Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got up and mounted their mules and fled. While they were on their way, the report came to David, "Absalom has struck down all the king's sons, not one of them is left." And the king stood up, tore his clothes, and lay down on the ground. All his servants stood by with their clothes torn. But Jonah, son of Shibun, David's brother, said, "My lord should not think that they killed all the priests, princes. Only Amnon is dead." This has been Absalom's expression intentions ever since the day Amnon raped his sister Tamar. "My lord the king should not be concerned about the report that all the king's sons are dead. Only Amnon is dead." Meanwhile, Absalom had fled. After hearing that, I was just gone. He was like, "Hey." Now the man standing watch looked up and saw men on the road west of him coming down the side of the hill. The watchman went and told the king, "I see men in the direction of Horonim on the side of the hill." Jonathan said to the king, "See, the king's sons are here. It has happened, just as your servant said." As he finished speaking, the king's son came in and wailed loud. The king, too, and all his servants wept very bitterly. Absalom fled and went to Talmai, son of Amnon, the king of Geshur. But King David mourned for his son every day. After Absalom fled and went to Geshur, he stayed there 3 years, and the spirits of the king longed to go to Absalom, but he consoled concerning Amnon's death. So I guess when I read that, and when I try to interpret it the best that I know how, I think of social media, um, and how we relay messages now. Back then you say something, it's believed, but then within seconds you kind of hear the truth. So when I say social media, there's a lot of stuff that's blasting out all the time, and you take it for truth, but then you can get the fact checkers or something to kind of say is that true or not. So I just wanted to just kind of put that little twist in to see what you guys think about that, to keep it more relevant with what's going on now. This is very, very relevant. There's a lot of lying, a lot of people misleading other peoples, and there's a lot of truth tellers out there who are setting people straight, like the fact check can be at times. So just a little encouragement for all of you guys to just make sure you are walking in truth and not walking around lying all the time, because it just doesn't look good, because people will understand the truth, and who knows the truth can just spot it out that you're not a trustworthy person. And when you're not a trustworthy person, it's hard for you to be honest and to hold things to a high standard. So again, just wanted you guys to understand that was 2 Samuel 13, and that went from 23 down to 38. I hope everyone has a great week. Stay blessed. Lord, please just open up our hearts to make sure that we are being trustworthy to what you have provided for us, to make sure we are trying to be stewards of what is given to us, so that we can be a blessing to our household first and then to others afterwards, Lord. And we just want to make sure we're always in the Word, staying faithful no matter what. If we have a bad week, we can find something to encourage us with, talking to someone, reading a few devotionals, or anything that will spark us to make us give that fire and to remember our first love, Lord. Amen.